Let's start with your reading, Sagittarius. Today, we are going to look into your recent past, current energies, and near future, and then we will immediately clarify in order to find out more details about your messages. Now, let's begin right away with your reading. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, you are going through a lot, aren't you? The main energy for the reading today is the Ten of Swords. And it really looks like you are trying to start all over, Sagittarius. Trying to close a chapter of your life so that you can finally move on and let the new in. But definitely this might be something that it's been taking a while or something that it's proving to be very difficult to do. In fact, meanwhile, I see you looking back at the situation, wanting at least to give a meaning to it, wanting to understand better why certain things have happened the way they did. You currently seem to be in between trying to focus on your path forward while understanding how you got here. There's definitely a lot going on here. So let's see what this message is about. In the recent past, we have the Four of Swords and the Fool. There is a situation here that happened very fast. The Fool is someone who jumps at something, takes a chance without thinking about it twice. What we see here is that someone decided to take that chance, even if it was risky. But at the time, it didn't really matter. The only important thing was to make this happen 100%. It felt right. It felt good. It felt as though also it was destined to happen in that moment in time. The two of you might have moved in together quickly or even got married. We'll see what else was going on back then, but with the Four of Swords, eventually this is something that put you in a position where you had to heal from this situation. We'll see what happened when we come back to this. In the present, we have the King of Swords with the High Priestess. There seem to be a lot of messages trying to get your way with this High Priestess. There's also something moving underneath the surface, something cooking here for you. And your intuition is trying to speak to you. But I feel that most of you are not listening to it. With that King of Swords, you don't know how much you should look into this at this moment in time because you're afraid that if you do so, you'll get stuck. You'll get stuck thinking about this and you will not move forward. And so right here, you're protecting yourself from these thoughts, from these messages. It's always very challenging to distinguish in between your intuition and what instead you'd like to hear at this moment in time. And if there is one thing that you're not set to do at this point is deceiving yourself into thinking something that it's not true. We'll see what this is about when we clarify. We'll see what these messages are about. In the near future, we have the Three of Swords and the Two of Wands. There is some sort of countdown here, a build up to something that will really change things up for you. It's as if up to this point you have carried this Three of Swords energy around, but now I see the situation experiencing a 180 for some reason. There is something right here that will allow you to finally start planning for the future again, making decisions today that will positively impact your future. Also, I see you here just giving up the instant gratification for something that is better for you in the long term. Also, something is taking you out of your comfort zone here, and it will really change the situation for you. We'll see who is experiencing this Three of Swords and how the situation is bound to evolve from this moment forward. So let's start clarifying, and let's begin with your recent past. The Mender, the Ace of Wands, and the Protector. It just looks like for once you wanted to do things differently. You wanted to really live in the moment, feel that flame, and really go with it without always pushing it away, without always postponing happiness and focusing on the future alone. Something felt really good, and you wanted to believe in this. There was a lot of feeling, a lot of love and passion, and very little logic to it because you thought, you know what, if it feels good, it must be right. You did have some questions. Right here with the protector, I feel that these two people are actually both you. And you were trying to tell your mind, just shut up. This feels good. This is okay. I just want to do this. I don't want to think about it. It's what I needed right now, and I'm going to go with it. Right here, you might have had questions, but you didn't care about finding the answer right away. And here's the thing. The mind always has a way to fill the blanks. We come to conclusions very, very easily. When there is confusion, it's easy to see what we want to see. And we see how also this connection maybe happened in a moment where you really needed someone to connect with, the mender. Maybe right here you were coming from a disappointment or a time in which you felt lonely, and this person was healing you for some reason. But what you fail to see is that this might have been great in the moment, but maybe not so great in the long run. So let's see now what's going on in the present. Let's clarify the current energies. Okay. All right. Right here we see the peacock, karma, and the veil. It feels like every single time that you are about to detach from this, there is always something that takes you back. One step forward, two steps back. The peacock is really showing us someone who you still are attracted to. You still feel this magnetic pull towards the situation, but you cannot explain why. They gave you so many reasons why not to feel this way. But when you think that you're out of this situation emotionally, there is always something that ends up pulling you back in. Right now, you're just trying to understand why you are holding on to this, why you still want to bring it back. Most times you can just ignore this, but it's as if the universe keeps pointing you in this direction. There are a lot of signs that remind you of this person. Why? Right here with the veil, we see someone who really wants to go through a major transformation, who wants to purify themselves from something that is just hindering them. And you're trying, you really are trying. I see you here, Sagittarius. I see you deciding at times to just forget about this. But then right after, you decide to look into this situation again. And it brings up a lot of pain. One of the reasons why you keep thinking about this, it's because of this karma energy. You're wanting to set the record straight. You want for this person to understand what they have done wrong, and potentially you're waiting for that redemption moment, after which you're telling yourself, okay, after this person reaches out or after they understand what they have lost, then I'll be able to move forward. And we all can use some redemption in our life. But at the same time, it cannot be an excuse. It cannot be something that keeps you stuck there waiting for it. It's better for you to move forward, not looking for this. And then if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, at least you've already moved forward. You owe it to yourself, Sagittarius. Do not keep yourself stuck into a situation that has already taken from you more than it has given to you. So let's look into the incoming energies, the near future energies, and let's clarify these messages. Yes, finally, Six of Swords with the Two of Swords, life map with the shore, also known as the Tower. Right here, finally, you are moving forward. This is exactly what you needed to do right now, not just for yourself, but also for this situation. And I'll explain it to you in a second. Right here, you're finally asking yourself, how long am I going to keep myself stuck here? You understand that you need to stop looking for happiness in the same place you've lost it. Stop opening the same doors, expecting to be in different rooms. I see you here finally making a decision that you have been postponing for a while. It could be you emotionally moving on, or you blocking this person, you going somewhere actually with life map. This is something crazy that you want to do for yourself. It could be a trip. It could be also someone traveling towards you, someone who wanted to see you, and now you are allowing them to come see you. There is something right here which actually is bringing excitement, is bringing the same type of energy that you have experienced back then with the Fool. Something very similar to that new beginning that you have been postponing because you kept being stuck in trying to understand why the situation has evolved this way, trying to wait for that redemption moment. This is something that will really make you happy, will make you smile, also because it will happen quickly. Sometimes you just need emotional distance in order to recalibrate your heart, out of sight, out of mind. And right here, we see that things are going to change very fast for you. There is good news, or an important decision, which will actually start a countdown to your next chapter. Now, we see that you haven't seen the last of this person. I feel that in the moment in which you really move on and you really do this 100%, this person will maybe have a wake-up call, realize that they have lost you for good at that moment in time. And we'll see if you should expect any sort of messages, anything from this person, which will be a reaction from this Three of Swords. Overall, this is just the beginning for you. It definitely felt like the ending of a happy chapter of your life. Whereas instead, this is the beginning of something that can really make you happy from now on. There is a lot in these two cards that we need to look into. And so let's do that. Let's keep going with the reading and let's see what is coming your way in the near future. Let's see where this new beginning it's going to take you to months from now, a year from now. And also, let's see if you should expect anything from this person, any message, any sort of action. And let's see how you should handle it in a way that it's not going to keep you stuck here again. There is a lot coming your way, Sagittarius. Let's keep looking into your messages. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every single week, I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them 100% free, personal, live, 45-minute reading. I send out emails to confirm every Monday morning. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Sagittarius. Look at this. The bridging energy taking us from this current situation to the incoming events, the 10 of Cups. I mean, this is that moment that you really needed to experience right now. The moment that will put everything in perspective for you. Sometimes we tell ourselves that something is absolutely important for us, absolutely fundamental for our happiness. And then finally, the universe forces us to see things in a different way. It gives us much better. It gives us something that it's going to be much, much better. And you look back at this, wondering to yourself, why was I fighting so hard for that? Why was I trying so hard to make that situation work when I knew that I deserved much, much better? There is something right here that it's going to put a huge smile on your face. And while I was shuffling, I've also seen the 9 of Cups. It's something that potentially you have been hoping for, but that you thought it would never happen. In a way, Sagittarius, I see you absolutely caring about this person. But in the big scheme of things, you were settling. You were settling for someone who you thought could give you some of the things that you wanted, but you knew it was not going to give you everything that you deserved. And right here, when this comes in, something that instead is the full package, you'll be reminded that you have to dream big. You have to expect everything that you want and never settle. Otherwise, every time you settle, you always end up with even less than what you settled for. And this was the classic example of that. So let's see then what this is going to be about. Let's start clarifying this 10 of Cups in order to understand what's moving towards you in the near future. Oh my God. Look at this power couple over here. Queen of Cups and King of Cups. This is a major combination and it's definitely, oh my God, Six of Cups and the Star. This is definitely someone who you wanted to be with, who you wanted to connect with in the past, but either things didn't work out or you didn't even try because you thought that potentially this was never going to happen. Well, it's going to happen now. We have that new beginning. And honestly, this is going to make you very, very happy. What we see right away is that